Hello there, I hope you're doing well. I'm Fla, and in this second part of the AWS and Cloud Fundamentals video, I'll continue where we stopped in part 1. Let's go back to the presentation. In part 1, we already covered what AWS is, why it was invented, looking at its origin, and how it's built looking at the global infrastructure. We also covered the responsibilities that AWS as a provider has, as well as what you as a customer are responsible for. If you haven't watched the first part, stop here and have a look at it first. Now let's have a look at the AWS well-architected framework. The AWS well-architected framework is a suite of best practices for designing and running workloads in the cloud. The framework and its components are based on many years of experience, helping customers designing and reviewing thousands of complex architectures. Let's go through the components from left to right. Today we count 6 AWS well-architected pillars. The sustainability pillar was the latest addition. Let me concisely describe each pillar again from left to right. The security pillar focuses on protecting information and systems. Key topics include confidentiality and integrity of data, managing user permissions, and establishing controls to detect security events. The reliability pillar focuses on workloads, performing their intended functions, and how to recover quickly from failure. Key topics include distributed system design, recovery planning, and adapting to changing requirements. The cost optimization pillar focuses on avoiding unnecessary costs. Key topics include understanding spending over time and controlling fund allocation, selecting resources of the right type and quantity, and scaling to meet business demands without overspending. The performance efficiency pillar focuses on structured and streamlined allocation of IT resources. Key topics include selecting resource types and sizes optimized for workload requirements, monitoring performance, and maintaining efficiency as business needs evolve. The operational excellence pillar focuses on running and monitoring systems, as well as continually improving processes and procedures. Key topics include automating changes, responding to events, and defining standards to manage daily operations. The sustainability pillar focuses on minimizing environmental impacts of running workloads. Key topics include understanding impact and maximizing utilization to minimize required resources and therefore reduce downstream impacts. The AWS well-architected lenses extend the guidance offered by the pillars to specific industry and technology domains, such as mergers and acquisitions, containers, financial services, and many more. Today, there are 18 lenses available, and the number is growing. The AWS well-architected guidance focuses on specific use case, technology, or implementation scenario. For example, it includes a guidance for adopting DevOps in organizations or how to plan for disasters and recover from them. Lastly, the AWS well-architected tool is designed to help you review the state of your applications and workloads against architectural best practices, identify opportunities for improvement, and track progress over time. Alright, now we should have a really good understanding of what the AWS well-architected framework is and includes. Make sure to have a detailed read of the documentation, as it really includes great insights and suggestions. Next, let's have a look at data residency and compliance, a topic where I personally receive a lot of questions on. Data residency is the requirement that all customer data processed and stored remains within a specific country's border. With AWS, provided data controls and mechanisms, you control who can access your data and in which way. You decide how to secure it, and AWS provides services and tools to support that. Remember the AWS shared responsibility model from the first part. Encrypting data in transit or at rest is made really easy with AWS to ensure your data stays private. You can either bring your own keys that you have created outside of AWS and you are managing on your own, or you could use simply AWS for creating and managing those. You own your data and select which service can process it. Regarding data sovereignty, you choose the region to store the data in. Only a small number of global services involve transfer of data, like CloudFront, which is a content delivery service, so transfer is an essential part of it. Remote access by AWS personnel to customer data is prohibited, and systems are designed to prevent it. Compliance attestations done by third-party auditors that are independent ensure robust security controls and strict adherence to regulations. I added just a few of the certifications here as a reference, but there are many more. I'll add a link into the description for your comfort so you can have a deep dive if interested. Highly regulated customers from the financial services industry or healthcare industry across the world are using AWS, and many others as well. That being said, let's jump back to the overview and cover the last topic of this fundamentals video. Now we know that everything AWS promises and offers are not just nice words, but there are proofs and certifications backing that up. Let's summarize everything we have learned in this two-part fundamentals video by looking at the advantages cloud computing and therefore AWS offers. There are 6 key benefits that help businesses to transform and grow. The expense advantage is one of the most significant ones for me. Unlike traditional IT infrastructure, where you incur fixed expenses regardless of usage, cloud computing allows you to trade fixed expenses for variable expenses. This means you only pay for the resources you use and how much you use them. This pay-as-you-go model not only reduces upfront costs, but also optimizes spending based on actual consumption patterns. You get the scale advantage. Cloud providers in general benefit from massive economies of scale by aggregating the usage of millions of customers worldwide. This means they can offer extensive infrastructure resources at competitive prices. Whether you are a small startup or a large enterprise, the scalability ensures you have access to the computing power and storage capacity you need. You get the capacity advantage. One of the challenges in traditional IT environments is capacity planning. With cloud computing, you no longer need to guess your capacity requirements. You can easily scale your resources up and down based on demand fluctuations. This flexibility allows you to respond quickly to changing business needs without the delays and costs associated with procuring and configuring physical hardware. Of course, you have the speed advantage. Cloud computing enables organizations to increase speed and agility in deploying IT resources. With just a few clicks, you can provision new servers, storage, or databases. This rapid deployment accelerates time to market for new products and services. It empowers development teams to iterate faster and supports agile business practices. Through the prior advantages, you are able to focus on what matters most. By leveraging cloud services, organizations can shift their focus away from running and maintaining data centers. Instead, they can concentrate on strategic projects that differentiate their business and drive innovation. This shift not only frees up IT resources, but also enhances overall business agility and competitiveness in the market. We covered the AWS global infrastructure and its huge advantage as well. Cloud computing offers unparalleled global reach and accessibility. With cloud providers operating data centers in multiple regions worldwide, you can deploy your applications globally in a matter of minutes. This geographical flexibility enables businesses to reach new markets, improve user experience through localized deployments, and ensure high availability and disaster recovery. With that, we have completed all the topics I wanted to cover as fundamentals. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions or just share your thoughts and ideas for future content. If this video was valuable, consider to leave a like for the algorithm, subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any future videos. See you in the next. Bye.